Hey there, Bedhead here, coming at you from a non-linear perspective of time where the future is the past and I didn't disappear for nearly a year. Anyway, I've been busy in that now non-existent portion of time playing Borderlands, the only thing I'm physically capable of doing. It's an addiction at this point. So before we begin with this review, let's take some time to catch up. I watched the movie three times, and I can definitively answer the question that no, it does not get better if you watch it again. It really does not. I also played New Tales, so currently Outlook is not looking so good, but on a happier, shinier note, I have also played the pre-sequel. Kind of a diamond in the rough. I haven't seen a lot of discourse online about the pre-sequel, which is kind of understandable. I mean, it's sandwiched in between the one largely viewed as the best in the franchise and the Omen of Death for the very same franchise. Kind of a tough spot there, but I can definitely say, with my full chest, I love Borderlands the pre-sequel, and I am going to tell you why. Let's break this down into 3 core points. I think I've done this before, but if I haven't, screw it. New system. Let's pretend I always did. Gameplay. Everything from movement to gunplay, drop chances, and farm times. Story is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll mansplain anyway. Anything in regards to the narrative. I'll roll in voice acting to this as well. Peripherals. This is my miscellaneous category. Graphics, animations, soundtrack, all the other stuff I didn't mention before. I'll also slip in classes and levels, because the gameplay section is super bloated already. Alright, so with the rules out of the way, let's get started. 1. Gameplay. Movement and gunplay wise, no notes, other than definitely feeling a little dated, especially when held up to the messiah of movement BL3. The low grav environments, the ability to butt slam, and even the O2 mechanic were, in my opinion, fun, well handled, and a good choice to keep some variety across the titles. Gunplay is largely the same as BL2, though laser weapons were a fun addition. I'll admit though, my most recent playthrough I did a doppelganger-only Hyperion run, so I'm both very well versed in spotting Hyperion gun parts a mile away, and a bit inexperienced with the other manufacturers. Now I do have a little teensy complaint. A story mode only boss that has a rare chance to drop a head customization needed to complete your collection is a very bold choice on the part of the devs, and as someone who shouldn't be trusted with Steam Workshop mod installations, I am not nearly smart enough to try getting a read-only mod to farm that thing over and over. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Additionally, Cold Take, the grinder. I like the concept and it's a great Moonstone sink, but it's also incredibly annoying trying to get anything you want out of that machine. I think the best case scenario is a hybrid, grinder-existent, dedicated drop system akin to BL2. That way the grinder serves the backup option. That makes some degree of sense to me. 2. Story. Really good, actually. I mean, it has its flaws, but don't we all? I really like the addition of characters talking back throughout the story. It added a lot of necessary characterization that simply wasn't present in the previous installments and would be sorely missed if they skipped out on in the future. On a more narratively focused note, seeing the rise and fall of Jack is incredible, especially playing with BL2 fresh in mind, like I just did. Catching all the subtle nods to his future is really fun. The voice acting, of course, is great, and the story is well constructed. I think my only problem is a single quest, really. Intelligences of the Artificial Persuasion. Oh my god, so goddamn long. Run this way, kill way too many goons. Run that way, oops, no methane. Run that way now, then back, kill way too many goons. It's dull. And the quest goes on for far too long without reward. I've now played through that quest 4 times as Timmy, and it takes a Herculean will to push through sometimes. But other than that, and maybe let's build a robot army, no real problems with the pacing. Alright, we're here. 3. Miscellaneous peripherals. You made it. Good job. We like to have fun here, so let's start with the story. I've played pre-sequel once before on my Xbox, actually technically 1.5 times, but I soft-locked myself and Actually technically 1.5 times, but I soft-locked myself and Oh my god, soft-locked myself. Actually technically 1.5 times, but I soft-locked myself in Claptastic Voyage on accident. And when I got Pandora's Box on my computer for a massive deal last year, I chose to play it again with my GF. Actually, a lot of the gameplay you see on screen is her playing as Nisha. I can confidently say, even with the dumb restrictions I arbitrarily placed on myself as Doppel, I really liked it. The voice lines are funny, the gameplay is enjoyable, and he's actually pretty tanky if you build him right, despite some early game squishiness. I think alongside Krieg, it's my top class across the games I've played. Now, I will say, the leveling problem is definitely a thing. TVHM is practically vestigial with annoyingly tough enemies and then a surprisingly underpowered DLC. We managed to avoid most of it, however, by just doing side quests when we felt like it and some normal mode farming of Sentinel for some legendary loot. Overall, definitely a consequence of the smaller scale of the game, but not unmanageable by any means. The graphics are similar enough to BL2 to not really warrant much discussion about them. Sometimes Jack's jacket, is a little weird on his body, but not really that much of an issue. Similarly, the soundtrack accomplishes what it sets out to do, serve as a background noise while you kill stuff. I think the animations, especially facial ones outside of cutscenes, are a bit stoic, but that's the same in BL2, so not really an original problem, more so a product of the style and time. Anyways, that's about it. I think I rated things on a scale of 1 to 10 last couple times, so let's do that again, shall we? I hereby deliver unto Borderlands the pre-sequel a 9 out of 10. Minor issues compounded, but overall a very solid, very fun experience. I highly recommend the game if you haven't tried it before, and subscribe, I guess? I was Bedhead, and I'm gonna go back to being dormant. Bye.